Thanks. All right, we are Xbox, and we are live for episode 7 of We Are Xbox, the podcast. I'm your host, Perry.
I'm Frank.
And I'm the dog.
All right, we are Xbox, and I hear an echo because I got to turn that off. Okay, we're good to go. Let me show this out. So, everybody, don't be a Ben 10. We'll explain what that is later, but there you go. Shout out to the chat room. We got a lot of people in here. What's going on, everybody? Thanks for being here.
What's up, everyone?
And before we start, Tim, I have a little gift for you that I will throw in your grab bag. I have a beautiful brand new copy of the Ben 10.
Oh, no.
And look what's on the back. Your favorite mission, the robot fight.
Oh, no.
So it is complete in box, and it is yours. You can frame it in your bathroom and put Sony underneath.
I'm going to give you the, I got the skateboard, the Sunset Overdrive skateboard from when I got it at one of their, at events. You'll love it.
Okay. That's cool. So Ben 10
is definitely, really, is worth money in gold at this point. That's the new name of the pony.
Yeah. Don't be a Ben 10, everyone.
I think it sounds so much better than pony too. Like I always when I used to say, I remember Mike Mullis. I don't know if you guys know him.
We know him. He's a good buddy.
We know him, yeah.
Yeah, he's all right, but whatever. He's like Timmy. He's like, if you want to make it into you want these guys to like you, got to say ponies. You can't say ponies. It sounds stupid.
Right.
And I used to stop saying it, but I like Ben 10s. It's just that's the word I'll have. I know there'll people call. I haven't seen Zaire around lately. Shout out to him, but he's the guy actually created ponies. So Ben 10 is just too funny, man. It's just I honestly was. The way these guys act, that's what their new name is. They're the Ben 10s.
Yep.
Formerly known as the ponies.
Yep. Don't be a Ben 10 ever. Hey, if you want to play the Wolverine demo, I mean, I guess you have to go get a Wii and you can pop in this game. So.
Oh my God. You can just play it now. You don't even have to wait.
You don't have to wait. It's right there, baby. Right on the back.
You actually have to press a little more buttons, I think, on Ben 10 than Wolverine, especially on that scene. So a little more complex with Ben 10.
It's actually a competitive game.
System.
But there you go. Yeah, the fight's right here on the back. Right on the back of the box. I don't know, Insomniac. You got to figure something out, buddy, because it ain't helping you out right now. Anyway.
They thought they wouldn't get caught. They figured, the game's almost 20 years old. No one's going to notice.
Oh, they noticed.
Immediately noticed.
And they put a statement out saying that they're being attacked and their mental health and all this other crap. And I was like, really? I doubt you're getting death threats because you ripped off Ben 10.
Yeah, it's like not that big of a deal.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Listen, you guys are gonna understand something. Not to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
That is an old tactic that's been used by many developers and many people. Sometimes it's legitimate, but most of the time, like you said, it's not as bad or as crazy as you would think. Usually when somebody's saying really something stupid,
right?
It's a 14-year-old kid. But in this case, they're looking for sympathy. They're looking, and Sony has reached out now, as we know, because we saw the GameSpot tweet. That's definitely because Sony talked to GameStop and to that outlet, and it just proves to you that all this time when people were saying there was an Xbox bias, an Xbox tax, all those people are now. This is the year of the conspiracy, man. It's not a conspiracy. It is a full on display.
Yes,
they are playing to sympathy. They are saying that your criticism is invalid. They're saying that you're being mean to them. they are acting like a baby,
right?
And they're not being adults about this. Nobody, and especially Stevenson, who I like, but that guy was all over Twitter when he got all the love in the world. Everyone loved him. Everyone loved this game. Everyone loved Spider-Man. But the reality is, and we're gonna go into it, that Ben, especially that Ben 10 scene in 2026 by one of the top, I would say, 5 AAA developers in the world is criminal. And it's lazy. And whoever wanted to show that, I'm sorry. That, listen, if this was Xbox and it was something like that, honestly, I could not defend that. You guys know that I don't defend things that I don't agree with.
Right.
This, in my opinion, is also it is something that it kind of perpetuated itself because you had Xbox and low testosterone Phil basically helping out Sony, and they made Xbox. If Xbox didn't have Asha right now, and they didn't have the momentum that they have because of the moves that she's made in February and what she's doing, and Xbox was kind of still irrelevant. Let's just say Phil was doing it,
Right.
and Gears was coming to Xbox, coming to PlayStation. You wouldn't have this going on. They're really starting to feel it.
Yeah.
The haters, the people that grift on Xbox, the people that astroturf for Sony, their whole entire racket is coming down. It's burning down, and I'm all for it. I don't think that they have any kind of integrity. Journalists have zero integrity. I
Journalists.
find people, people even like Colin, who I think has a great mind and smart, complete fanboy, astroturfs for Sony, hates on Xbox, and they feed off of negativity, and that's what they do. But they're learning the hard way, and the negativity is coming back, and it's shoving it up their ass. And the reason why that is for a couple of reasons. First of all, Ben 10, the comparison, the same animations, the way it looks, criminal. Like I said, it deserves criticism, 100%. The fact that you're showing that is a joke. The other scenes, the played out scenes where the guy holding the right analog stick up and you're just running through it. It's a movie game.
Right.
Yep.
Where is the multiplayer? Where is the co-op? Where are the things that Xbox has been offering since 2013 that Sony wouldn't even touch? Where are they? Where is the criticism? Why isn't Sony offering games like Gears, 12-player Horde, Feels Like War, multiplayer, AAA multiplayer, AAA single player? Why isn't Sony doing this? Why is Sony just doing the same type of template games that are movie games? Where is the variety? Xbox, you can say whatever you want about Xbox. They've offered more AAA multiplayer and uh, single player, sweet games. I don't know what you want to call them, but they've offered a lot more, and they've gotten no credit. And now you're going to come to me, and all of you are going to start complaining because you have a top 5 developer in the world put something out that looks lazy, and especially on a scene like that with Ben 10. I'll go to war with anybody, and I'd talk to anybody. You tell them, call me not a gamer, dude. I started when gaming starts.
Right.
When gaming started, I understand gaming development. I am just the type of person that, at this day and age of my life, I'm 50 years old. I gotta feel the game to really reel me in. Okay, my bar is very high,
Yes.
very high. But I understand gaming. I understand it in and out. I have 400,000 tweets on gaming. I played games. I finished Persona 5. I finished all the orders. I finished tough games. I've played games all my life. Obviously played when I was younger. But the point is, is that I understand something simple like you see a video and you see Ben 10 and it's the same fucking thing. And on top of that, it's 2026. Guys, we gotta have something better. That goes for anybody. You gotta be better than that. We are in 2026. What I liked was when Titanfall at the time used AI. Well, it didn't use AI. It used cloud compute at the time.
Right.
But they were trying to do something different.
Yes.
We haven't been doing anything different for how many years? It's 2026, guys. Come on. So Sony deserves all the criticism. The physical, the way they've handled the physical is criminal.
Yes.
And it pissed off retro gamers, and they're all ready to come to Xbox. You're starting to see the tweets.
I got people coming in. They're telling me.
Yeah. And you got a CEO, and you got a CSO, and you got a marketing guy like Aaron, who finally has, who's back to being Aaron, not Aaron with, handcuffs, and Aaron with, hey guy, can't say that, don't curse. Hey guy, include the guys at PlayStation. Hey guy, tell Gerard to wear a shirt so we can really try to, have it both ways. Listen, in this world, and I mentioned this, I'm from the Hamptons, okay? Exclusivity is everything with this shit. People want to feel, I have this, you don't. Okay? When you have Elder Scrolls 6, Halo, Forza, Ori 3, which is probably coming out, which is a lower end game, Banjo, World of Warcraft, and you have everything tied into your ecosystem, and you say, when people say, well, what about us and Sony? Go play it on the fucking cloud. Okay, go play it on PC. We're offering you guys, when you guys want to talk about something like offering to somebody something to people and being fair, what did you say? Oh, we're just going all digital. And you know what? We have no fucking plan because we didn't even fucking think about this. We're just doing this because we think Xbox sucks. We can get away with it.
Yep.
We make a lot of money off of it. And I'm a little long-winded right now because I don't really have much time, and I want you guys to talk. But
yeah, go ahead.
You guys are all following, but they completely showed what they're about. So guess what? It's like I told all the people that I know at Xbox, you have no obligation to that Sony fan base that sticks with that.
Exactly.
Because those people are sheep. They'll be shoveled shit and they won't say anything. And you know what? I see the Nibs and I see Mooch, who's really an Xbox guy, who got basically scared off. I don't know what the fuck happened there. Give me a break, Mooch. And I love Mooch, but come on, dude. Listen, what they did to him was fucked up. But you know what? I'm the type of guy that you do that to me. Okay, do it. I'm never gonna fucking get beaten to submission. And and it was wrong what they did, but the bottom line is, and they might do that to me too. I don't give a fuck. What are you gonna do? Look at them, say I'm a bad guy, put my name. Okay, come out to see me. All right, come out to see me. But you know what I mean? Like the bottom line, it's usually a 14-year-old kid too. You know what I mean? Like so. The point is that you see these guys, and they're like they're all defending Sony at all that point, and people don't want to hear it. You can even see those guys starting to get ratio. You
right.
get Red Dragon getting ratio, showing Gears 5 footage, deleting tweets. I actually like the guy. I think when he was a real reporter and he was honest about stuff, he was very good. But when he puts, I'm just here to be a troll and to make money. Dude, come on, stand up for something. That's the thing with me. I stood up for something. Now I can say whatever the fuck I want. You cannot call me an Xbox shill.
Right.
I blew up the whole entire Xbox. Everyone from this person to that person to this person. Didn't give a fuck. Got unfollowed. I don't care if I see him in the street or say, hey, you fucking fucked up. What are you giving your games away? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, my point is that I see it real deeply in the Hamptons. Exclusivity is everything, okay? And a lot of times, exclusivity, even if you have a subpar product, and I felt like Sony in some ways, now they did have games of the years and they did have things, but like Xbox was never acknowledged for having multiplayer during the time, for having a better controller. You know what I mean? Because it's a sheep mentality. It's a high school who's popular mentality.
Right.
All those things that Sony had because of this egregious move that they made with digital, going all digital without any kind of answer, any kind of accountability. That doesn't come free. That's coming at a price, and you're seeing the price right now.
Oh yeah.
And then on top of that, guys, now you got Asha, and this is where I got a little on tangent, but you got Asha, who is business, understands huge IP. She is a partnership guru. You're seeing that already. McDonald's. You're seeing that. Like that's like to me, that made me very happy.
Yeah.
She understands the 360 era. And then everything that she doesn't understand, she has Matt. And Matt, not Matt Booty, but she has Matthew Ball, and they're just getting started. And it's like I try to talk to somebody at Xbox, and I kind of love their answer. I said, well, what do you think of like Sony fucking up? I said, what do you think of all that? You know what their answer to me was, and I loved it. They said, Timmy, we're just focused on Gamescom. We just really are like we're steadfast, man. So Xbox, the people at Xbox, they're really they're starting to see it. And this was my whole thing, guys. When I saw this possibly moving this way, I didn't see the non the I did listen. I did say it. I don't know if you guys remember. I said Sony's fucking up, but I didn't know they were gonna fuck up this bad.
Right. Right.
But that was the break that Xbox got. But when I went on February and I went on about Gears, and let's be honest, it was like me, you, Frank, maybe Crispy was a very big Gears guy. I think Gaz was, even though Gaz told me it wasn't gonna be exclusive. Like, if that game wasn't exclusive, Gears, it was over for Xbox.
Big
Because
time.
just think about it, and you guys see it now. And I remember Mav telling me, he's like, oh, I don't really think so. I said, no, dude. I said, this is it. So miraculously, from February to now, Xbox is now in a position to hit a knockout blow. Okay. And the knockout blow is simple. You just keep your mouth shut. You let Sony deal with all this negativity. It'll die down. And then when you're ready to announce Helix, you announce it, most powerful, whatever you want to do. It's going to be a fantastic system. It's going to be expensive. And then right after it, you say, we offer both with Xbox because the gamers are the core and we care about you most. We will offer you both best of both worlds. And you say best of both worlds because Sony cannot match what Xbox has done. Xbox is working on all digital since 2013.
Right. Right.
We understand that. They're already set up. They're set up with the discs too, because every disc has a unique ID. You're going to be able to sell your discs for money into the marketplace. You're going to have actual things done like that Sony's not going to offer by a mile. But in addition to that, you're going to offer physical. And that's going to be the talk. It's going to be like, in my opinion, that's all they have to do. And on top of that, you follow that by Elder Scrolls 6, and you do not mention PlayStation. Even if you think that you want to make it time, you do not mention it. I was a little worried about when I heard Matt. I think Matt's gone. He's on borrowed time. Guys, I could just tell you. I feel it. Like I've always felt it, but now I feel it. They're feeling it. That's the difference. They didn't believe. You got to understand, they were like a battered woman, or a woman
What
in
the
an
hell?
abusive relationship
Right.
with Phil. I mean,
But that's how
maybe
we felt as fans, Tim, with Xbox.
and the fans felt like that too. Nobody had,
Yeah,
there was no masculinity feel to Xbox. And let's be honest, gaming is, for the most part, demographically, numbers back it, is mostly men like it. It's like 85. It's like the digital. It's like this 80 to 20%,
yeah.
maybe 85%. I mean, when I go to these game shows, you cannot find a woman. Like when I went, you know, like they're with their husbands who's a gamer. That's just the reality. And back in the day, 3 years ago, you couldn't even say something like that. Like now, we're in a different world now. You could say what the fuck you want. You could say how you feel. You could say that you don't want to say this. You don't want to say that. It's all about having your true opinion. And I think Asha understands that, and also Asha understands who her core demographics are. She, like I said, she's a businesswoman, and she's through and through. So that means if she wants to make a game that's a little bit masculine and has, it's not catering to this. Let's make God of War a female so we can embolden women and maybe get them to buy games. Bottom line is that women aren't going to come out and buy fucking gear of God of War because the woman's there. Like
Exactly.
this is how stupid they are over there on the West Coast, and it is this. They look at they're making it okay. So they say, oh, you know what? We got a lot of women here. Let's make it a game of women. Let's make her the strong person. And you know what? The women will be like, oh, we love it, and we'll buy the game. The women don't give a fuck. The guys are like, what the fuck? I want to be Marcus. I want to be Kratos. I don't want to be Laufey. And then on top of that, oh, well, don't make her too pretty because you're gonna objectify her. And I know the guys, your majority of guys are like, what the fuck? She looks, I don't even know what the fuck she looks like. She looks like she took heroin. And she doesn't look hot. Cortana looks like Karen. Dude, like, it's like, that's just the reality of the world. It's not me. And then Tim's a fucking, that's what they do. They attack like
Right.
when me with Ben 10. He's not a gamer. He hasn't gamed in 7 days. That stupid
7 days.
you know, like, dude, no, I'm working in the Hamptons 7 days making money. You know what I mean? Like,
You're gaming before some of these guys were born.
I know.
Exactly.
But the point is that, like, I get a guy, I forgot, I don't even know his name. He's like, oh, I really had respect. Yeah, you had respect to me when I was telling you everything about Xbox. That was true, and everything that would happen. And because you like that, because you hate Xbox, you like me. But now, when the shoe's on the other foot, Sony's completely wrong here. Sony's completely being alleged. That's completely valid criticism of Insomniac. It's like, no, leave us alone. Oh, Laffy's fine. Look at how many views. Listen, again, I don't know. God of War definitely doesn't look as bad. God of War with the girl looks, that game, has a chance of 90 Metacritic, I would say. The game, Insomniac, dude, their bar right now is Halo and Craig. That's what their bar is, and I don't even think they're touching that because there's legitimate criticism with that game. It's overused assets. It's overused, and like we said pre-show, when you had Spider-Man, it lends itself much better to smelling somebody's ass running after them because you're basically up in the air on a skyscraper. You can attach to the skyscraper. You have, traversal, whatever you want to call it. You go around in New York City. You know, again, it just lends itself much better. Wolverine, the game design is going to be different.
Yes.
And you're not having big chases, Uncharted world like Uncharted 4. I'm sure they'll have something, but like when you see the Ben 10 thing, Come on, guys. Every gamer, I don't care. Asha, anybody. You know, you can say Asha never game, but Asha can figure that out. When you see a video, like I said, and they're comparing each other, and that game was on a PS4, you got a problem, bro.
Right.
You got a real problem. And I don't want to hear a developer say that you're being mean to me. No, that's ridiculous. You know, I honestly, if I were them, I would, I don't know, I don't know. I would not even put that in the scene in that game. Like that's how bad it is. I would have just cut that out, and let alone they're showing it. It just tells me Sony's management right now. The fact that they haven't canceled Fair Game, which is going to be another disaster. Intergalactic, that's one of their hope. That's all they really have.
Right.
They don't really have a huge pipeline. Xbox, huge pipeline. So again, there's no half measures with exclusivity, in my opinion. You know, you either go in and go all out. Now with Ori 3, if that's the game, which I think it might be, because I remember that the Ori 2 was a development nightmare, an Xbox, and kind of from what I heard, they soured. And
yeah, they said they didn't want to work with Xbox ever again or something.
Yeah, but it was kind of on them too.
Yeah. We can all see that.
I know some stuff about that game, you know, and some of the developments that went on there, but that's neither here nor there. Aren't they screwing Xbox with the screwing the S, right? On that, they're delaying it on the S or something. Well, they're delaying it on the No Rest for the Wicked.
I don't.
I'm talking about the Ori dev, the old Ori dev.
Oh, is he? I don't know. I didn't follow that. Do you know anything about that, Frank?
No, I didn't hear about that.
No, I think he did. I think the game is timed or something. Or he says he had some type of. He doesn't like Xbox.
Right.
I remember this. Yeah, it says they don't currently have a native Xbox release date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, I did hear about that.
I don't care what that guy says. That guy was another Xbox fanboy, and he grew big. A lot of these guys, you know, even Mike, they all hate Xbox because they have gripes, just like I had a gripe. So I'm no better. So he has gripes. Mike has gripes. My gripes are over because I said fire Phil, fire Sarah, fire everyone.
That's what we said.
Yeah, I wanted Matt. I still want Matt fired, and I still think he's going to get fired, and deserves to be fired. But there's a lot of people that Cliffy B. Let's be honest, he's like he's defending on charge. He has sour grapes.
Yeah, he's butthurt.
Yeah, like even, but I would love for him to come back and I know I spoke to Ben, and he wants to send Cliffy one of those Gears things. And you know what I told Ben? I said, Cliffy doesn't like Xbox. Don't even bother.
Right. Yeah, what he did with Lawbreakers, that was messed up, man. And you know what? He didn't find the player base that he would have on Xbox because he went right to PlayStation. Nobody on PlayStation bought that game, and that game was dead instantly. So.
And how many people really defended Xbox with that? Any of the media? Do you see anybody like the media? They said, "Oh no," they made excuses.
Yep.
You're just dealing with a dynamic shift in everything, and these guys have gotten so used to being the guys that make fun of us, that bash us, and then Xbox, steps on its dick and it messes up constantly. One step forward, two steps back, Phil style. They don't have that anymore.
Right.
The worst that you could say about Xbox is Matt Booty, and you could just padlock his mouth and then they'll be fine. Like never let him talk. And I know that's the sentiment going around in Xbox. It's like people say, "Oh, Tim doesn't know anything." Every one of Xbox people read my shit, and everyone at Xbox whether they like it or they like me or they don't like to admit it, they understand. I understand the energy. I understand what's going on. I have the pulse of all this. And you know what? Like I said today, it's boring to me. I could just see it. I've been doing this 20 years. I've seen it all. And if I'm being honest, which I always am, Sony needs to fucking clean house. Now, is Colin, Big Colin, the smart guy? I heard he wants Herman Hurst out. Is he going nuts yet? Or is he still have to be, sacred symbols because, his whole platform and his Patreon that he likes to, say all he has. Guys got to start making stands. The only guy that I could see making a real stand is Porter Rock. But even see him like, guys, you're missing the point. Like you're saying, okay, only 18% of gamers are digital, are physical. Okay, all right, that is true. Is Sony itself set up to really handle digital, all digital? Do they have gifting?
No.
When did they do two-factor authentication? They were like way behind.
Way behind,
2017.
and people are still getting in. By the way,
Right.
let
They
me
were just
really quick,
hacked.
Tim. I'm going to tell you a quick story. You know, the wrestler Stevie Richards from ECW, WWF, he had a PlayStation account and it got hacked. And he called Sony and they put a manager on a phone or something with him. And the guy was like, well, because of who you are, we'll make sure we add more protection. And he was like, yeah, but it shouldn't matter who I am. It should be that layer of protection for everybody. So that's kind of messed up, man.
And then you also had Colin, who got hacked, joke as much of a joke, and he did bring it up,
Right.
and he was hacked, and then he a week later had the audacity to say, "Hey guys, look, they put up 2 job listings. They're really trying to get at it." And it's like, Colin, this stuff doesn't take 6 months. This stuff has been worked on by Xbox and also been brainchild from Xbox since 2012, 2011. In 2017, Sean Layden was all about physical. He hated digital. He wasn't really into it. He believes in digital. So the point is that stuff like this doesn't get fixed overnight. It's something that needs to be elaborate. It's elaborate. It has to be planned out. It has to be tested. It has to be think tanked. And Sony did none of that. What they did was they saw Grand Theft Auto, all digital, or whatever, that whole thing, and they said, you know what? We got a chance to really, mitigate these costs because they're getting killed. And I don't think that this would have happened if you didn't have the RAM crisis and all this stuff.
Absolutely, yeah.
But they said, okay, well, this is a home run, and you know what? We'll just charge what we want. Maybe we'll have some sales. Have they even mentioned a reward program? Because they canceled their digital reward program, and it's getting canceled as of November 2026. So here they are doing something on the, just doing it on a whim, and they're not thinking about the fans.
Yep.
And they don't have they're not set up for it. And they're saying, oh, well, it's going to take 2 years. And kudos to the people that really, and mostly it's retro gamers and people that understand physical.
Yep.
But we're not in a position, and even Xbox, I would argue, is not in a position to go all digital when digital ownership rights and the way people get hacked,
Yep.
and the future of AI and how that's getting so much more advanced, and how hacking and all that stuff is going to get more and more advanced and more of a threat, you know, if there's one to choose, it's Xbox by a mile.
Yep.
And again, like I say, the physical, I just would do it strictly because it highlights Sony. And Sony knows they're on their heels. Don't throw them any lifeboats.
No.
That's what Phil always did.
Yep. He
would
always
always
did that.
throw them lifeboats, and then they don't reciprocate. That's the thing. You either do this. This is what, and I think Asha might do this. She might say, "You want Elder Scroll 6?" And they go, "Oh yeah, well we want, we'll do it." I said because what Asha, the way Asha works, Asha will just partner with somebody. So the money that Sony has that they're giving in the platform, she'll just have a massive collaboration with somebody because that's what she does. Like the McDonald's thing, the
Yes.
Zed thing. Did you guys see the Zed the concert and the Halo thing? You gotta look it up. Look Zed Xbox, ZEZDD Xbox, the Metallica, the Wu-Tang. They are going to figure out other ways and be creative, possibly Netflix. Of they might you might get offered. There might be cloud services on Netflix, absolutely, and and direct Xbox, direct. You basically just take a controller and you have an app and you can play Netflix on it. But that's the thing. There's other avenues. The whole game's changed, is my point. The whole game's changed. And that's what Asha's doing. That's what I like. She's incorporating huge IP, McDonald's. Soon, she's going back to the 360 era energy.
You got to let people know that it still exists, man. And that's what they did at SummerSlam. That's what they're doing with
Exactly.
McDonald's. Like they're going on the world tour. Go on the world tour. Let everybody know.
And they're going to keep doing stuff like that. What partnerships are coming? But my overall point is there's other avenues. Xbox offers PC, cloud, Steam, Xbox console when that comes out, and it's going to be have a ton of exclusivity stuff. They're set up for the future. Sony's not really set up this way. Sony's a one-trick pony at this point, and they're one big. The pigeon in their hole was, or whatever, the thing that they always had. They don't have anymore. People are fed up with them. People are upset with them, and when you have a wounded competitor, you pounce on them.
Exactly.
That's why you say Elder Scrolls exclusive, Fable 2 exclusive. Halo will never touch Sony again.
Thank God.
You basically say this. Sony cannot offer what we offer. You could take your game, you could play it on Netflix, they do it, or Paramount. You could play your game on the cloud. You could play your game on a PC. You could play your game anywhere, all your progression saved, and you could also play it on the most powerful console with a disk drive or a disk drive availability for your physical games. Because you know what? We're better.
Yeah.
And Sony is, what do? They don't have the lineup that they have. Wolverine is looking a little suspect. I don't think it's going to be the hit that they thought it was.
Right.
Now, what do you got left? Intergalactic? Not looking good.
No.
It's just not looking good. And they have a lot of gas games in the initiative. Marathon's a mess. That was a complete bomb. So the writing's on the wall. As much as it was right on the wall that the Xbox was gone, she has everything right now flipped on its head. And you could tell.
Good.
Everyone is fucking nervous. And you know what? I love it.
Me too. It's competition.
And I needle them. And a competition. And that's the thing. Those losers would be like, they'd rather have Xbox dead and play Ben 10. That's the difference. Xbox, they're the better gamers at this point. They're the one that's even I had a lot of problems with Colts. I had a lot of problems with Jez. I had a lot of problems with that. But you know what? Even as you know, as quiet as they were, guys like you existed, guys like me existed. You know, I don't see one voice on Sony's side that's like being real about this. Maybe Porter Rock, but you could tell he's reeling it in too. Nib, I love Nib. It's just nobody's being loud, and they got a problem now. There's no like it was trending this way. Now there's a problem. And you can call it whatever the fuck you want. You could say, "Oh, it's just because this." You could say it's persecution complex. I can call it a persecution complex. It's going this way, and it doesn't abruptly stop. So it's going to get real hot and heavy when Gears comes out and Wolverine comes out. They're going to both be directly compared, and they'll be similarly scored Metacritic. But I honestly feel that if you're going to talk about a more technically advanced game and that offers more, like 12-player multiplayer horde mode, which is pretty insane on a console, pretty well, it should be where it is now, but at this point, we don't really get that much of that stuff at that level of graphics, 4K 60.
Right.
First, that they got Sony right now is wounded, and I'm all for it because I really feel like they didn't handle the all digital. I just didn't like the arrogance. You don't do that and tell your PR team to go 4 days, go off.
And if Xbox did that, Tim, they'd be destroyed on the internet, like instantly.
Oh yeah, you'd have articles like, "Who could they do it?" And I've been told Sony gives money, pays influencers, and does all that stuff.
Right.
I don't know what it is, man, but I can tell you one thing: it's not called the same. And now this proves it. You got games of a game stop of all GameSpot of all people. That's like Kotaku. I mean, that would be the ultimate worst, but that's like Kotaku saying gamers are being unreasonable. GameSpot has always, since System Wars, benefited on hating Xbox.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it from any of these guys. You could say I don't game. You could say whatever the fuck you want. When you're making it about me and you're not making it about what's going on and Sony's fucking up, that's on you, man.
Yep.
Have all day. I'll make a post, laugh about it, and I'll go about my day because that's what I do now. I just say, "Hey, Gecko, what the fuck? I thought you said Sony's doing so great." I mean, the Gears beta, it's talked about all over the place. A ton of people liked it. Some people say, you have this debate with the older generation or the older gamer that they don't like it, but or they don't like the movement, whatever. All those type of games have that. They can tweak that shit. And it's a beta with one map, and you got like Gecko trying to desperately saying it's doing bad. It's not. It has a ton of hype, and the single player is going to blow everyone away.
Yeah, and I have customers who want Series S's. They're contacting me. I don't have any in stock, but they're like, when you get one, call me. They want Gears of War. And by the way, we talked about this a couple days ago. This beta, okay, with the one map or two maps or whatever it's got. Seriously, it made what was it? It sold over 1 million units, right, in pre-order sales.
Yeah, that's what they're reporting.
Right. So, I mean, that's huge for Xbox. I mean, in the last 10 years, that's huge to get 1 million pre-orders off of a beta.
And what's going to happen is people are going to start to get FOMO for the game.
Oh yeah.
And honestly, and I know I say this a lot, but we wouldn't have this momentum if this game was coming to PlayStation. We just wouldn't, and it wouldn't have highlighted Wolverine as much as it did, because they're in direct competition. And I mean, at one point everyone was like, "Oh, Wolverine's going to kill it." Comparatively, tech wise, um, and tech prowess, developer prowess, you got, Kate is the best in the business with Unreal 5. She's lauded as that. She's looked at as, quite frankly, the best. And then you have Colin Penty, who's not far behind. And then they're wizards, and the game looks just like, it just looks insane. It feels like war when I played it. And I'm sure Wolverine will have good spots in it, look good, but just on just on an engine level, on a technical prowess level, Gears mogs it. Let's be honest. Gears is going to be the more technically advanced game. And then, one thing that you would always expect is that Wolverine would excel in gameplay. And I would have, conceded that, but that's why when you have the Ben 10 experience or the Ben 10 video, that's a major red flag. And then they had the draw line. Like, come on, how many times are we going to do a draw line? You've been doing a draw line where he hangs off the draw line since Sunset Overdrive, guys. And yeah, I know other games use it, but when you're getting a studio that's making a game for $300 million, um, I just can't justify some of the things that I'm seeing. I'm sorry, and that would go for Gears. Like, I'm being honest. Gears is using a state of the art engine. It has destructible environments. It has 12-player co-op. What is it? 4-player co-op in game, or is it 2?
I think it's 4.
Yeah, I think this one's 4.
I mean, think about that. Like, that's just like, people just act like, what game is Sony doing that does that?
Well, and that's
I
gonna
mean,
create more longevity for years. Like, people will still be playing that for months. When you finish Wolverine, you're done. It's
Yeah,
like,
you're
I beat
done
it.
with
It's
that one.
over with.
yeah, but I'm just saying, just from a technical prowess, you're offering something like 4-player co-op online, and I'm like, when's the last time Sony did that? And I get Nib telling me, well, they did Ghost of Tsushima, and it was a DLC after.
Yeah,
I'm
that
like,
doesn't
what?
count.
It's like, come on, dude. Are you really? It's like they're being disingenuous. The real answer is the last game that was a full-on sweet multiplayer, single-player game by PlayStation that was a AAA was Uncharted 4. And before that, I think The Last of Us, the first Last of Us, which was a masterpiece. It had both. Then The Last of Us 2 comes out, and they say no, because we're in a position that nobody really gives any of this credit, and we're going to say nothing. We're just going to go along with it and say, we're going to give you the game in a couple of years in faction. And then they cancel that game. Okay. So Sony, like I said, has been making a lot of mistakes since since Jim Ryan's era. Sean Layden was by far their best executive in a long time. Fantastic. Um, but if I look at the situation and I really size it up, I see Sony with a bunch of good single player IP that's really good, possible game of the years, some of them. And then I look at Xbox and I see unbelievable, recognizable IPs. And Elder Scrolls 6 could be game of the year too. Call of Duty multiplayer single player suite, Halo multiplayer single player suite, Fable state of the art engine, Crash Bandicoot, Ori. I mean, you just go on and on and on, and they have work to do. They have Halo. Halo is going to be IP'd heavily. And again, like I said, you don't know where the future's going with this. I honestly feel that I could see Netflix and Xbox getting together. And if that happens, people won't understand it, but it's going to be pretty simple.
Can I make a suggestion with that?
Sure.
Here's what I would do, okay? And you could tell these guys this or whatever. Leading up to the Helix, partner with Netflix, make a documentary on how we got to Helix. Be honest with the fans. Rip the Band-Aid off. Tell everybody what happened. Because
tell the backstory.
That's going to build momentum right into the Helix, and people are going to go buy it.
Agreed. Yeah. It also, when people think of big corporations and they think of big entities and them working together in a big way. For me, I don't know. I like that. I like that idea. I like the idea of Netflix, because if Netflix gets involved with them, it's only going to be cloud based. It's only going to be something that they offer on the side. But it's also going to be something that they say, okay, I love this IP. I love it. We want to make a show about it, Xbox. And they will give them money, and they will run a game alongside it, like whatever it is, another Gears, or or Halo, or you pick one, StarCraft. You could pick a couple of big games, Call of Duty, and they'll say, okay, well, we're making this exclusive because Netflix is all about exclusivity, like everyone else. And they could just say, yeah, well, Sony would have made us 800 million, and Netflix will say, well, we'll give you 500 million, 600 million just for the IP, and we'll take it from there. You know what I mean? So the point is that the whole game's changed, and that's because of Asha's leadership. She gets it. She gets big, recognizable, leveraged IP. And like I said, a lot of times it's all about that. Obviously, you have to have a good game, but it's people underestimate it. Xbox has Bethesda, they have Blizzard, they have Activision, they have so many good developers. Playground.
Oh yeah.
So much good IP too that they don't even use.
So many good IP, so many valuable IP. They made so much money off of the Minecraft movie. They'll make so much money off of the Fallout series. Again,
hey, partner with Illumination. Get Crash Bandicoot the movie made, or Spyro the movie made.
Yeah,
exactly. But that's the point. So they're going to be able to fund each other, help each other, win-win, recognizable. Netflix shows a commercial with you holding the new Xbox controller that's direct to whatever they call it. They've been working on the technology for a while where it just interacts with TV.
Nice.
But again, Xbox is the fucking Lamborghini, and Sony is a fucking Honda Accord at this point. Why the fuck would you help them out, man.
Exactly. When they
No
bought
more.
ABK, me and Frank were like, Call of Duty's a death blow. Just make it exclusive. It's done. Why are you giving them Call of Duty? Like, and we were trying to figure that out. And everyone's like, well, they'll make more money putting Call of Duty in it. It's like, yeah, but that's not the point. You make more money if it's only on Xbox. They have to go out and buy an Xbox. And then in the next 5 to 10 years, Sony's sitting in the corner trying to make a competitor. You know what I mean? Like, you got them by the balls at that point, and they didn't take the shot, man.
Could have killed the enemy right then and there.
You could have killed him right there.
Even Elder Scrolls, Fallout, all that. It just be like it's all exclusive now. Day one, that's it.
That's all you gotta do. You know, what about Sony? You want to be Sony? Go play it on this channel. You know, like, you know, play it on Netflix. You know, it's like do something. There's so many offerings. That's the point. So we're not dealing with something that you know. Consoles also aren't going to be sold in the mass quantity that they used to. The prices are just way out of hand.
Right.
Which is another huge Sony blow. So my point, and I said, like I said, when you have opportunities like this, these are narrow, strike when the iron is hot opportunities. And you guys know we've all been saying this, but now it's here. Like, in my best case scenario in February when we were doing these shows, I was like, no way they're gonna do well. There's no way this is gonna go that well. They're gonna run into problems.
Right.
Or they're just gonna fuck up something. They almost did with Matt a couple of times, but other than that, flawless.
Been very smooth ever since.
And I love how they're helping out. Well, they're not even helping out, but they identified Chloe and they identified Ben. Ben did the controller, which I'm getting one. But you know, bottom line is that we all know it too. That's the thing. It used to be just us saying. Now everyone's saying that we're saying. You know what I mean?
Yep, exactly.
So, but that's what I got tonight. Any questions before I go? You can ask a couple if you need any.
You got anything, Frank?
You guys, the best. I think it's Ori 3. Not sure. I don't have a problem with them putting that on Nintendo. I just have a problem with them putting it on PlayStation. I honestly think PlayStation should get nothing.
Yeah.
If anything, they should get fucked over.
They need to, and that's going to make for a better PlayStation.
They need to. They're way too hard, and it just, you know.
Can you imagine if Asha didn't go to Xbox and we were dealing with pretty much no Xbox and no competition? Sony be ruling the world right now, and that's what they expected. They expected, okay, we have Halo on PlayStation. We're going to just make everything digital with PS6. People have no choice at this point, so they're stuck with it. So they basically turned heel on everybody, but Xbox wasn't dead yet. So Xbox got up, and here you go, and now you're going to get what you deserve.
They're ready to start punching faces.
Yeah,
you know, they're ready to start. I really feel like
it's like that movie Hard to Kill. They'll let the guy for dead.
Agreed. Evil Dead.
Oh man.
So before I go to sleep, I'm telling you guys, Asha is the real deal, man. It's the first thing I heard about her too, and I said, I don't know. Man.
I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, she's a real deal. I don't think she bothers with any of the politics stuff, and quite frankly, all those layoffs, the people that were targeted were people that aren't really in Xbox's corner. There was a lot of haters,
right?
That just became in love with Sony face. The developers are people too. They're gonna like what they like too. Somebody, you know, they'll make their games, but you know, I don't know. They're gonna either like, they could, you know.
There's gonna be a quality control for sure. I would assume at this point.
Yeah. Sony fans look real bad, man. There's no way around it. You know.
And I would hope that they would fight a little bit more, but they're done.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, look at this game. Oh, look, now they're comparing the Japanese game that's coming out from the Chinese studio. And they're lauding it as an exclusive. Meanwhile, it's timed. You know the game I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I forget what it's called, but it's like it's one of those. They had a deep dive on the combat and stuff. Like they're trying to make a big deal out of it. Forget what game it is, but yeah.
Yeah, you got
All
to tell
right,
me.
buddy.
All right,
Any
Tim.
questions before I go to sleep? Because I'm shot and I got family.
Any question for Tim? We're giving you like literally 1 minute.
You answered my question. What's the big surprise? So you think it's Ori? And that's cool.
Definitely. Well, I mean, Jez let the hat out of the bag. It's not going to be Banjo.
Right.
Even though they have to do Banjo. My pick would be Conquer and make them curse.
Yes.
Because I think that's the funniest.
And I said this the other night, but we weren't live. Can you please put a character in Conquer named Phil, and you just curse the guy out the whole time in front of women?
Yeah, that's funny.
Really quick, Tim, I don't know if you know this, but PlayStation has a computer monitor coming out with Ghost of Yotai on the monitor with a PlayStation controller. Obviously, this was meant for Ghost of Yotai's PC release, which they canceled. But I guess they still had these monitors in production, and they're releasing them on August 25th or 26th for $350. And I got a picture of it right in the chat here.
They're charging?
Yeah. And they're acting like, well, this is for the console. It's like, no, buddy. We know that this was because Ghost of Yotai was supposed to release this fall on PC. That's what that originally was for. So, see, they're slipping. They're falling behind.
They are slipping. But I'm going to sleep, guys. It's always a pleasure. You're the man.
All right, Tim. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, Tim.
We'll catch you later. All right. Good night. All right. So what other what other news topics do we have? I know we had a couple of things.
Yeah, just real quick, we had the Call of Duty beta is starting. The closed beta is starting on August 21st. That's what you have to pre-order to get in. It's going to be on Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. And then the open beta is starting on August 28th. You don't need any pre-order, and that's for everything, including Switch 2. So if you want to test out the game on Switch 2, that's going to be that second week. That's
well, do we have to pre-order it on Switch 2? Or is it open?
That one is open. It's
open
wow. On the only thing you have to pre-order is if you want to do the early one for PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. But the Switch one, when that opens up, that's open.
I'm going to say something we haven't said in years. There's a lot of great games coming out this year. Not just on Xbox, everywhere. But I'm just saying, Xbox has a lot of heavy hitters this year, obviously, because they own most of the publishers and studios. But Call of Duty looks really good. Gears of War is fantastic.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know. They got a lot of stuff coming out.
Zelda's
still coming out on the Switch too. Well, even though the console looks butt ugly, I'm sorry, Lord Metroid. The game is still coming out. That's going to be a big deal too for Nintendo.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff, and we're gonna have a good time this holiday. You know, just playing all this.
And
stuff.
GTA, you know what? I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be dead honest with everybody. GTA might be the biggest game. It might be a great game, but right now, my hype is all the way down the toilet with that game.
Yeah,
because
until
we see what's going on, what it's going to run at, the fact that they're just trying to make money off of a trailer on a Netflix is kind of ridiculous to me. Smart business for them, for Rockstar. Obviously they want those shareholders to keep investing, so they got to keep making the moves. I get that, but can we actually see the game? What does it run at? What console does it play best on? Like, what are we doing here? Like, if it plays like shit, if it runs at 30 FPS on all consoles, I'm getting rid of the Pros I have downstairs. I have 3 sealed PlayStation Pros in the basement. Okay? No reason for me to keep those if this game runs at 30 FPS.
There's literally no point.
Does it
It's
run
too
at
fun.
60 on all platforms? Does it run at 60, maybe 1440 on the Xbox? Or is it just locked at 30 like they always do? And then when the PlayStation 6 and Helix come out, they sell you a 60 frames version of, you know, GTA, or a 120 FPS version of GTA.
Yep, we have to see.
We have to see what's going on with GTA. Until then, I'm not hyped. I'm just like, okay, it's coming out. But they kind of like took the wind out of your sails right before release. And I don't know if that was a smart idea, man.
Yeah, they should have at least posted.
We know a lot of people in this chat, by the way. Some of them did pre-order it, but we know a lot of people that would have pre-ordered it if we would have saw what the hell's going on. And we're not just saying that because it's me and you. Anthony was going to pre-order it. He ain't pre-ordering it until he sees what's going on. We were going to pre-order it that night. My wife was going to pre-order it. I bought my wife a $100 card on PlayStation. I bought myself a $100 card on PlayStation because we have the Pro. And we're like, all right, if it runs at 60 here, I'm going to buy it here. No, they didn't show anything that night. So I spent it on other shit, and she still has money in her account. But if it runs at 60 on the Xbox, I'm just going to buy it on Xbox because I'm sure with the Helix is going to run better anyway. But if it's 60 on the Pro, then I'll buy it on the Pro because that's why I bought the Pro, right? Before they went up to $900, which I'm sure they'll be $1,000 by December, if not more. Newf pre-ordered, so he was ready to go with that, but they didn't show him anything. You know what I mean? So he's waiting for the game, but he's like, what am I waiting for?
Even like 2 minutes of actual gameplay probably would have made me like, okay.
Console's 30 hertz. 30 hertz.
30 hertz.
Bro, if console's 30 hertz, we got a big problem. I don't know about that, Newf.
Also, real quick before we wrap up, they listened to a lot of criticism with this Gears beta, and they fixed some stuff, which I was very surprised.
Unfortunately, I have the footage from last week. I didn't record footage this week because, again, life happens. I'm older. Like I got home at like 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night. We weren't streaming it. We weren't recording it. We were just playing, trying to get as many rounds in as we could. Shout out to Seamus. Shout out to Newf, Talos, Wicked Hot, all these guys. We were playing with all these guys online. RWK was playing a few rounds with us at one point. This morning, I played with Venge before they pulled it. Even though I was up I didn't sleep at all last night. I literally stayed up the whole night. And then at like 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, Venge is live. And I'm like, I'll jump in with you. He's like, yeah, jump in. And we're playing for like an hour. And then I'm like, all right, I got to go. I'm falling asleep. I literally fell asleep in the last round, but we beat the round.
As long as you get on the helicopter, you're good.
Yeah, no, I was fine. I was fine. He's talking to me, and I'm just like, I'm knocked out. And then I get up, and I'm like, oh, okay. And I run to the helicopter. And he's like, yeah, we did it. Great teamwork. And I'm like, bro, I fell asleep.
You're sleeping playing it. That's how good you are at the game that you could sleep and still win. They buffed the Lancer, which was a big deal, so that it does a lot more damage. That you can't just run around with the shotgun like a maniac anymore as much. They fixed that. There's a lot of stuff that they fixed. There's some better performance. I ran better for me on PC, actually, believe it or not.
I've been playing on PC. Like I said, I played on the Series S. I didn't play the second round on Series S, so I hope they improved that. Didn't they say in the patch notes that they did fix some micro stuttering or something on the Series S?
Yeah, they did, but again, I didn't have a chance to check it out.
I didn't check that out. I was completely. I might have played it on console once this round, but I don't think so. I think it was all on PC.
Yeah.
No, I think I played it at work on Friday on Xbox. So, yeah,
well,
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to buy this on the Xbox, but it does run on Windows, so I'm just going to mostly play it on PC. I will say this won't be a popular opinion on this podcast, but I will say it does support the DualSense with all the haptic feedback. The triggers do lock as you're shooting, as if you were playing on a PlayStation. It actually doesn't feel too bad with this remote. Although I have been playing with the Xbox controller, obviously more because it's an Xbox game. But I was like, oh, let me try it out with the DualSense. Not bad. Not bad at all. And all you Sony guys out there, this is the only way you can play it with the DualSense. Sorry.
How does it run on the Pro? Oh, it's just a black screen.
Oh, yeah, no. The Pro, I couldn't get it up and running. It was running at 5 hertz.
Yeah. But we had a good time playing it.
I pre-ordered the Gears controller, MILF Man.
Yes. That got announced too.
The red one. I'm not doing Design Lab, so I'm not ordering the other one.
Same with me. But this game is great. I already miss it. It's going to be a crappy 6 weeks until it comes back, but there's other stuff coming out, so I'll keep myself busy with that.
Mental 9R, the Wolverine plates look nice. I probably will get the yellow ones and the yellow controller. I'm not going to get the adamantium ones. I'm not that too crazy about that one. I mean, the plates look pretty cool. I'll get them because I like Wolverine. I like Marvel. I like all that shit. So, but yeah, I'm not a fan, like Tim said, about the Ben 10 sequence. It's like, I get the Sentinels because the Sentinels obviously are big robots. And when we were off the air, Tim was talking about that as well. So I know D wrote something like, doesn't Tim know about the Sentinels? He knows completely. Like, we were talking about that before we went live. That's why we were late going live, because we were talking. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes we don't realize how long we're talking, and then we're like, oh, wow, we were supposed to do a show 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, sometimes it's our only chance to catch up with Tim. He's busy and
right.
we're busy.
And I'm going to be near Tim's neck of the woods in December, so I was kind of giving him the info of where I'm going to be at. So,
yeah.
And he will be gifted this beautiful copy of Ben 10. And that sequence that he's talking about is right here on the back of the box.
That's too funny.
So he could frame this in his bathroom and put a little Sony thing underneath. And every time he looks at it, he'll be like, oh, Sony sucks. I don't know. Yeah, Mental, the yellow ones look pretty good. I'm going to get the yellow controller and the yellow plates. The adamantium, it's just silver. I mean, you know, whatever.
Yeah, I like the yellow better too.
Maybe if I see the silver in person, I'll like it, but whatever. I'm not too thrilled about that. The yellow one looks decent. But again, look at the laziness of the controller of the Wolverine. They just painted it.
Yeah.
The Gears of War one, they etched in the marks and everything. Wolverine etching the claw marks. They etched in the marks for the Ghost of Yotai controller, remember?
Yeah.
So why don't you do that for Wolverine?
He should have put his face on the plates. That would have been so much cooler, you know?
Yeah. Taylor says he's over robots and Gears and Wolverine. Yeah, you know, robots are kind of played, but what are you going to do? In Wolverine, that's part of the story, I guess, the Sentinels. If that's a Sentinel, I don't even know. We don't even know what that is.
We're going to find out.
I think Wolverine will do all right, but I don't think, like Tim said, I don't think it's going to do as well as people think. I think people are going to be fatigued with that one.
Yeah, and it doesn't have the staying power. Like I said a million times. Once you beat it, what are you going to do? It's like there's no multiplayer.
Look at Spider-Man 2. I beat the game. I only go back to just swing around the city for like an hour, and then I freaking turn it off, if even. I don't go back to replay the game. The story in Spider-Man 2 wasn't that great. The graphics were nice. You know, the mechanics were okay. But the story itself, that game felt to me like it didn't know what it wanted to be. It was trying to be too much of too many different things at once. So if Wolverine's going to do that, then, you know, I don't know. I'm going to play it. I'm going to buy it. You know, I'll be playing it on stream. Don't worry. But I'm also going to be playing Gears on stream. I'm going to pay $100 for the Gears thing. And I'm not taking shots at people when I say this. I'm not paying the $30 upgrade. I want to own this shit. So I'm going to pay the $100. We're going to play it on October 1st, online campaign co-op. Whoever is on that day, let me know, and we will be playing that. We're going to do the campaign all together. I'm not doing a campaign alone. We're going to do this. We're going to get it done. And you know what? The people who join us on the 6th will be playing the campaign again with those same people, and that'll be that.
Yeah, we could do it a bunch of times if it's
Was that the game where they put the wrong flag? Yes, I'm glad you mentioned that. They did put the wrong flag. And it was very offensive to me. So don't put the wrong flag in Wolverine. I'm just gonna say that right now.
Let's hope not.
I like how all the preservation guys are like, well, you could play Spider-Man 2 up the disc. And I'm like, yes, but it's got the wrong flag.
Right.
They printed that on the... How do you print the wrong flag on the disc?
Someone didn't care. They just were like, "Oh, put it in."
Well,
whatever."
Dreadpool, if you get the day one edition, you jump on with us. It seems like it's going to be me, Seamus, and Frank on October 1st.
Yeah.
That was, RWK. I don't know if, listen, they made a mistake, but it's like, dude, fact check, please. You fact check how freaking tight Miles Morales' butt cheeks are, but you don't fact check the freaking flag in his house. Like, come on.
That's stupid.
Imagine Wolverine taking time out of high school to get a day. Oh, God. Yeah, I think Logan would be thrown in jail if he did something like that. I mean,
Yeah.
he doesn't really age, right? So he's over 100 years old, right? Because he was around during the Civil War or something.
Yeah, the 1800s. So
Yeah, he lives forever unless you kill him. Which some weird guy killed him in that movie somehow. I still I have that movie and I didn't watch it.
Oh, it was all right. But even if he dates an 80-year-old woman, he's still sick because he's double her age. There's no saving him.
Yeah, I played Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. I did not like the game. Sorry. And you know what? Good thing. Good thing I tested.
Try before you buy.
Wolverine's gonna have. Oh man. Oh, maybe.
Could be.
He might have a picture of himself on the wall. Don't be a Ben 10, everyone.
They need to put the picture of him holding the picture. That like stupid meme.
Yeah, where he's rubbing the picture and it's of this picture.
Yeah.
By the way, shout out to Frank who made these. I want to say shout out to Timdog because let me tell you something. This guy, he took time out of his spending with his family tonight to come and do this show. He had people over the house and he's like, I'll do the show. Where I would have originally turned around and said, we'll just do it next week or whatever. But he knew that you guys wanted another show this week. So just remember that he took time out for you guys and he took time out for us. And we appreciate that. So thank you to Tim.
He was on fire tonight.
Because, when people do that, they don't have to do that. He could have said, yeah, fuck off, guys. I'm busy. But he didn't do that. And we appreciate that. And I appreciate his time. So.
Absolutely. That was great that he came on.
You should have a Newf Nukem flag. Dreadpool, you should have Newf go to your house and just blow a bunch of nasty farts. It'll fumigate it. That's for sure. We were making that joke the other night. Not at Dreadpool's house, but we said that because Newf and Shamo are getting together in a couple of weeks or whatever. And I said, what if he just farts in the whole house?
Yeah. Shamo just has to sit there.
Dreeben, nice to see you, buddy. I know I couldn't say anything before, but what's going on? He said thank you, Tim. Dreeben. Seamus also says thank you, Tim. Yes, thank you, Timdog, for taking time out of your busy night. We appreciate that, man. Because when he wrote that, I was gonna be like, yeah, we don't have to do it. And then he was like, I'll do for a little bit. I was like, all right. Because listen, Tim wants to tell you guys stuff too. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, he made the show great. I mean, he really hit a lot of great points.
I have a pilot light, so that'll be fun.
Oh, gosh. It'll explode.
Scott says Tim is awesome. Yes, I agree. Cheers, Tim, says Talos. Thank you. I'm very happy that everyone's appreciating Tim because just like Newf, We called this stuff out a year and a half, 2 years ago, and we all got crapped on. Tim sounded the alarm quite before we did, about a year before we did. And that's what happened. He sounded the alarm, and I was like, what the hell's going on at Xbox? And then Frank and I followed that very closely, and that was it, man. That's why we stayed away from Xbox for a little bit. We didn't make any purchases for a year. So,
yeah,
we did the right thing.
It worked out.
We voted with our wallet. And you know what? Tim's also right. You Sony guys out there, you got to do the same thing. You got to vote with your wallet on this one. If you want them to do what you want them to do, which is do the right thing, you have to vote with your wallet. You can love Sony. You can still like I still loved Xbox. I was an Xbox guy from day one, okay? Do you think I wanted to crap all over Xbox when I did those other shows? No. But you could see how angry we were and how frustrated we were with the brand when you watched those shows.
Yeah, and we were justly so, you know.
Well, we said they got to get rid of certain people, and, you know, these companies never do that. So we were like, we're walking away. We're done. This is an Xbox was a slap in the face to everybody. I don't care who you are, okay? And to all the people that said that was a great campaign, you're an idiot. Because look where you are now. You're on the other side touting exclusives again.
Yep, we kept it real the whole time.
We kept it real. We said that this is no good. It's not going to fly. If everything's an Xbox, nothing is an Xbox. So.
Yep.
And we got crapped on for that, and look what happened. Then they fired everybody, and now they're doing the right thing. They're doing exactly what we wanted them to do. So
yeah, and
I'm back in the fold, and I'm on the fold. I'm in the fold until it's over, because this is like their last shot anyway. So I like what I'm seeing. I think they'll be fine. But we're not there yet. We're not 100% there yet, but I think they're on their way.
Yeah. Be good.
You're always fair but firm with the brand. They deserved all the flack they've been getting for time. Yeah, Dreeben, because Dreeben would come into my store and I would tell him only a bit of what was going on. And it would blow his mind because Dreeben was the guy that didn't know where to go. He was a Sony guy, but he was like, do I stay with Sony? What is Xbox doing? I want to know what they're doing. And I would tell him what they were doing. One day it's up, one day it's down. One day it's up, one day it's down. And the guy's like, come on, what are they doing? Like, and I don't blame him. I was the same way. I have all this money invested in my digital library on Xbox, and I'm like, what's going to happen? Like, what's going to happen with this brand? Are they going to fold? Am I going to lose my games? Like, that's why I stopped buying games there for a year. Mental joined me as well. He didn't buy any games on Xbox for about a year. We hopped off the train.
We had to, though.
This is their Hail Mary. Absolutely, man. 100%. And you know what? Let me take Wolverine off the screen because he doesn't deserve to be on the screen right now. This game right here, this is their Hail Mary. This is their savior, okay? This game, the fact that it got over 1 million pre-orders in sales, okay, shows you that people want this game.
Yep.
And you're like, oh, it's 1 million. That's 1 million pre-orders, all right? You wait till it comes out. And then the word of mouth. Forget about it. Like Tim said, there's going to be FOMO. People are going to run out and buy. They're going to pay the $800 for an Xbox. They want to jump in. They want to play this game with their friends. This is the game that they needed to get people back in. And you know what? It's a good thing that this game came out at the time it did because they're in a position with Asha where they're going to get this shit done. If this came out with Phil Spencer, they would have fucking ruined it somehow. I have a feeling this would have squandered somehow. It would have been on PlayStation. Like Tim said, it wouldn't have been as popular because you'd be able to play it on PlayStation. You would have people jumping off Xbox to go buy PlayStation. And by the way, they didn't even buy the first one. So how would this really have done? How good would this have done on PlayStation? So it's
probably not very good.
It's one of those things where thank God it didn't happen. One or two more big moves announcement. It's safe to say the ship has safely turned into a new direction. We're almost, yes, thank you. 100%. He's correct. This is the game that's going to kick everything off for Asha, okay? We still got to get there. I don't know about Fable, man. I think Fable might be the that might be the one-off that's not going to be as good, but what do I know? Maybe she'll go in there and make sure it's good. I don't know. But Fable's up in the air. But I would say anything after Fable, it's a clean slate, and we're going to see where the hell this goes. But I will tell you something. I didn't get to say this before. They're doing the deal with McDonald's. We know it's just in the UK and Ireland or whatever. When you do that here, Happy Meals, Spyro toys, Crash toys, Banjo-Kazooie toys. And if you hear this on another show, they stole my idea. Just saying. You make these deals. You get those characters everywhere. You let people know that Xbox is still here. They didn't go anywhere. You flood Xbox everywhere. At WrestleMania. Okay? I'd better see a big Xbox Helix logo in the middle of that ring. It's going to cost them a fortune to do that. But you know how many people are going to watch WrestleMania? WrestleMania weekend is an entire weekend. It's a 2-night event, and they started on the Friday. So you're there Friday for the NXT show, and then you jump into WrestleMania, which is 2 nights. That logo has got to be in that dead center of that ring at WrestleMania. The Super Bowl, I don't know if you can pull that off. Probably not, because it's $100 million to do Super Bowl. It's probably $1 billion. I don't know. I don't deal with this stuff.
It's a lot.
If you could put that logo on the field, great. If you could put that logo on the baseboards on the field, great. If you could put that logo anywhere, great. Let people know this brand still exists, and let them know the only way you can play Gears of War there, the most popular game, is only on Xbox.
You know, it's funny too. When I heard about this McDonald's thing, I thought about, I just had seen a video where somebody had the you split Xbox toys in the cereal in like the mid 2000s, like Xbox 360 toys. And I was like, man, like that was such a good idea. Like, you know, they could just start putting it everywhere again.
Do partnerships with everybody. Listen, you got the I don't like the M64. I think it's a piece of trash, okay? But partner with them, okay? They're making cartridges of the older N64 games. Partner with them. You know how many people in the retro community are going to love Xbox for doing that? Reprint Banjo-Kazooie. Have them do it, because that's what they do. Reprint Banjo-Kazooie on physical. Reprint all their rare games that they own physically. Do it. Just get it done. Put that thing everywhere you can. Put your characters, your IP everywhere.
Yep.
That's how you're going to make money.
Like I was saying before, put Conquer in Fortnite and just see what happens. You know, put guys everywhere. They're putting Crash and Spyro in there. Just go crazy.
Just do it.
Yep.
Netflix, like I said, I made the suggestion, make a documentary. Like they had that Red Ring of Death documentary. Make a documentary leading up to Helix. Okay, this happened in 2013. It ruined everything. Here's where we're at now.
Yep. Make
it like a 5-parter on Netflix. Forget about it. Because you're on Netflix, just showing everybody Xbox is still alive. And then while you're doing that, you're hyping them up for the Helix. Look at all these documentaries on Netflix. They put, this guy was arrested for murder or whatever, and they're trying to free the guy now.
Yeah.
It connects with people. So do that with Xbox. Lean into the Sony thing on the documentary. Say, listen, they took the discs away. You know, we're doing digital, but we're also going to give the player a choice of physical. Just do it.
Yep.
You're getting paid to have it on there. And then you're promoting your product. It's a win-win.
Yeah, and do shows that coincide with the games. You know, they make a whatever show and have the game come out around the same time. That's what Sony keeps screwing up with. They have a great show and no game. And Xbox did it too. Fallout is a hit, but there's no Fallout game.
Yeah. That was the old administration, you know?
Right. But that's something they could do now, do it
Well, we
right.
heard that Asha ordered a Fallout game the minute she took over because of the TV show, because it got renewed or something, right?
Yeah. The show's winning all kinds of awards and stuff, so.
They need to do it Burger King. Yeah, do it wherever you can. Anybody that will give you money, do it.
Yep.
There are companies out there that are willing to give money for your IP. Just do it. He's going to gobble up like a Cookie Monster. Agreed. Characters back out there. Maybe you could snag one exclusive Banjo, maybe. Yeah, I'm sure they're going to bring everything back. Fable should be taken off PlayStation. Yeah, I don't think they can take it off, unfortunately. I think that's a done deal. But you know what? That's fine, Talos, because it's going to show up on PlayStation. It's not going to sell, and then it's going to solidify the fact that they went back to exclusivity. So that'll be all right. Just like Gears of War and the Halo. Nobody bought those games on PlayStation. We called it.
Yeah.
We knew that they weren't going to sell on there, but everyone told us we were nuts. Well, they're going to make their 70% or the 30% of it. It's like, guy, you're selling the soul of the brand.
For nothing.
Yeah, it's just wasn't good. We warned everybody. Well, we were the bad guys, I guess, right? I don't know. We need to have a Dreadpool game. Can you imagine Conquer TV series? No, I can't, because I can't even imagine playing the game for 5 minutes, because the game is bonkers and off the wall. That's for sure. But I would like to see a Conquer game at 4K, 120 hertz. That would be freaking incredible, right?
Absolutely. It'd be great. See what they do. The ball is in their court now, so.
I would get it done. No, you don't put it on Crunchyroll. That's a Sony service. Come on.
Crunchyroll.
It's a Sony service.
I want to eat a Crunchyroll.
That's such a stupid name for a freaking service.
Crunchyroll.
There's nothing else. No other news. Didn't I have a couple of things or no?
That was pretty much it. The Call of Duty thing, the Gears beta, the controller, the Ben 10.
Good old Ben 10.
That was pretty much the bulk of it.
Where is Mr. Ben 10? Oh, wrong thing. Here we go. Frank made these. Just saying.
Yeah, I was having fun with that.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I tried to put the cover of Wolverine through Grok, and I put Ben 10, and it was telling me it was copyrighted. I was like, can you just make the background green? And it was like, nope, it's copyrighted. It's like, oh, okay.
You have to like get around the filters. It's a pain.
But what the hell's copyrighted? Wolverine or the background? The background's yellow.
I think the character, because it's like the character, they can't.
So I could take any celebrity and do whatever the hell I want in Grok, but when it comes to Wolverine, that's an animated character, I can't make fun of him.
Well, Grok was money-hatted.
I can't even put Ben 10 on the cover.
No, I had to like do all kinds of stuff to get around it. Like took me like 3 different edits to get it. So it's a pain.
But what's funny is it still did it.
Yeah, because I tricked it.
We have breaking news. Actor Robert De Niro, he wants to say something on this show.
Stop being a fucking Ben 10!
Where is he?
Stop being a fucking Ben 10!
Oh, you Sony guys, you hear that? Stop being a Ben 10. Don't be a Ben 10.
Nobody wants to be a Ben 10.
I'm sick of correctly spelling on YouTube. That's my phone every day. Dude, I type stuff that's correctly spelled and I send it and it changes it to something completely different. And it's like, what are you doing?
Oh, I know.
Like, it changes the whole sentence around. It's like, you're supposed to correct my spelling if I make a mistake, but I didn't make a mistake and you're just changing my shit now. So I don't know. And then I have to go back and edit it, or I have to type with the dashes and everything. Like, that's not what I meant. Like, stupid.
Yep.
Sony fanboys, grow up. We have to ask for Wolverine to be more sexy and remove his clothes from Gronk. What?
Whoa.
Hey, if that's what you're into, Dreadpool.
Good luck.
Yeah, so if you want to play the demo of Wolverine early, you go pick up Ben 10 on the Nintendo Wii. Ben 10, Protector of Earth. Not the Earth, of Earth. And right on the back here is the scene right here. The Wolverine scene. You know, maybe I should play this on stream. I don't have my Wii hooked
It was
up.
on
But,
Wii, PS2, and PSP.
but I can emulate the Wii on my computer. So I can rip the disc and then I can play it on there.
You could do the PS2 version.
Oh, it's on PS2?
Yeah, it says Wii, PS2, and PSP. And it was on DS.
I think I bought this for like 30 cents or something. That's why Tim can have it. And he can always look at this every time and be like, don't be a Ben 10.
Wait, it says the game sold more than 2.5 million units by November 2008.
So the
Let's
real
see if
question is going to be,
Wolverine outsells it.
is this game going to outsell Wolverine?
Well, now you know the number you got to beat. So
2.5 million, you said?
Yep, that's across all the platforms, but still 2.5 million. Let's see if it beats it.
That would be interesting. That would be very interesting. How much does this go for, by the way? This might be an $800 game, and I'm giving it to
No,
him for free.
It goes for like no money. But I'll check anyway just for fun. But GameStop sells it on PS2 for like $10.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the Wii version, okay? There's a difference. You know that.
Yes, I know. The illustrious Wii version. See how much
Is the game Ben 10 60 FPS? It might be, actually.
it goes for a whopping $7.75 complete.
Well, that's how much GameStop's going to give you for Wolverine the day of, so.
Oh. Yo, somebody graded it.
How much?
Why? Why did someone grade Ben 10?
Because they're dumb.
Guess how much it goes for graded?
$15,000.
No, $14. So someone wasted all that money.
They wasted $150 to grade it for $14. You see how this is a scam, everybody?
I want to buy it graded.
Is there going to be another E-Day weekend? No. It seems like Call of Duty is next. When is Call of Duty again?
I will tell you right now. I closed the window, of course, but that's okay. It is. The closed beta is August 21st to August 25th. You have to pre-order it.
RWK, what the hell are you writing?
Oh, God. Yeah, it's pretty fun. The open beta, which is probably what I'll play more, August 28th to September 1st. And that's all platforms, including Switch 2. You don't have to pre-order it or anything. So.
Very nice. So the end of August, we get that. Then it's September.
Yeah.
Is this something come out in September?
Wolverine comes out September 15th.
Isn't something coming out the beginning of September? Or am I wrong?
I can tell you right now. Hold on. I have the article that
The first week of September. Isn't something big coming out?
I'll tell you right now. Let me scroll down to September. That's what I want right Hey, where the hell is the? Did they not update this? Oh, here we go. Okay. Scroll all the way down. Sorry. October, September. Okay. You got nothing. Nope. I don't see anything. Oh, Wolong is coming out. Oh, Onimusha, September 4th. That's probably what you're thinking.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. Okay.
I'm going to skip that one, but I'll get it eventually. Oh, Halloween is September 8th.
Halloween. That's what is it? September 8th?
Yeah.
That's the game. I'm going to buy that game. And by the way, that game was cross-play on everything. Day one. So if you buy it on PC, you can play with people on console. If you buy it on console, you can play it on people, PlayStation, Xbox. That's not coming out on Switch, right?
No, I was just checking that. I was like, oh, is it coming out on Switch? But I'll just get it wherever you guys get it.
I'm probably going to get it on PC just to have it, but it's only $30, I think, right? So it's going to be one of those games where I could pretty much buy it anywhere.
Yeah.
For the price of one game, I'll be able to buy it on at least 2 platforms. So
then Wolverine is the 15th, and then you have
Halloween's coming out on your 40th birthday, Shamo. Well, congratulations. Happy birthday. And then you'll have to buy it on your birthday. Maybe Newf will give it to you on your birthday for free.
Oh. Don't forget the Grinch 2 comes out September 18th. Got to get that.
Even that's coming out this year. There's a lot of games coming out, man. This is crazy.
Yep.
I think Halloween's kind of like screwed. You're releasing that type of game right before GTA.
Yeah, it's going to get buried, but we could play it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. That might last until October, and then after Halloween, it's over.
Yep.
Let me put a poll in the chat, and then we'll get out of here. Let's see.
Yeah, I got to go eat some food.
Yeah, me too. I got to cook. Are you more excited about Xbox?
No.
All right, let's see what the chat says. The poll is in the chat. Let's support Halloween. Hey. Well, that's the problem, RWK. Whenever I support these guys, they shut the game down. So
won't let me vote. Oh, there we go.
It might leak at Gamescom.
Oh,
you're eating late tonight. Yeah, I jumped on. I had to go do the stuff at work. I might have to go back to work tonight after I eat. We got a lot of stuff in, man. We got a 32X in. We got a bunch of 32X games with manuals. We got a Atari 7800 Pro, which goes for like $120. I didn't even know that. I gave the guy $25 for the whole.
Yeah, that was cool. A lot.
Oh God. So as always, Dreadpool voted no. I'll leave the poll for another minute. Any questions in the chat? Yeah, we got a 32X in Dreben. We got a Model 2, which I thought was broken, and I gave the guy a defective price. Turns out it was not broken, but the LED does not light up. So when I plugged in the video into it, it turned on. I was like, oh, crap.
I mean, it's still defective because the light didn't work, so screw him.
Well, he should have said, hey, the light doesn't work. But the guy didn't even know what he had.
Yeah.
PlayStation 2 Slim. A bunch of stuff came in, man. I got an original Xbox that came in with 4 Duke controllers. And they're immaculate. Some Switch 2 games. Cyberpunk came for the Switch 2. I got that. Which I didn't expect to get that in. But a guy traded in a sealed copy of Pragmata on the Series X. So I have a sealed copy of Pragmata.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, he traded it. I was like, all right, I'll take it. The guy goes, would you take some 360 games? I said, yeah, we do trades. So he goes in his car and he brings me back Cyberpunk on Switch 2, Pragmata.
Yeah, those are 360 games.
Well, he gave me a couple of 360 games, but I was expecting, all right, this is going to be Assassin's Creed 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, NBA, whatever. No, the guy came back with really good stuff. So,
You know what I forgot to ask you? Do you have Minecraft on 3DS? I need that.
I do not have that on 3DS, but I do have the box for it. So if you need the box,
Oh, okay.
I have the
If I ever
case
find
for
it
it.
loose.
But I did order Minecraft for the Switch. That is coming because Woot had a big sale for games.
Yeah.
So I ordered a ton of games, and after the discount, it was like $100. So I got a bunch of stuff coming in this week for Friday.
Yeah, they had that pretty good sale on there.
Let me know about Pragmata. Well, I have it. If you want it, you come get it. I have it on PC, so I don't need it. It is a great game, though. If you go back and watch my streams on it, you could download the demo, by the way, Dreeben. There's a free Pragmata demo on the Xbox and on the Switch and on PlayStation. And also Resident Evil 9 has a free demo as well on all the platforms. So check that out.
Yep. Shout out to Dreeben. He's the man, by the way.
He is the man. And you know what? You might be hearing from him soon on this show. I just have to put Discord on his phone, and then he's all set. So,
Oh, that'd be awesome.
that will be awesome. He played it on Switch too. All right, well, check it out on Xbox. See if it's something that you want. I have it brand new sealed. I guess the guy didn't get around to it. How is the 32X? I never got to experience it. It's very Sega-like, MILF man.
There's not many games for it.
You know
right?
what's
Isn't it
funny
like
about the
a couple?
32X? I'll tell this story real quick. We got it in and one game was working on it, but none of the other games worked. I was getting a black screen. So I literally took it apart, blew all the dust out of it. Everything works fine now.
That's crazy.
It's amazing how the dust, there were dust bunnies in there, how that like affected it.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
So,
Because there's 40 games for 32.
and I have a Famicom. Okay, so someone gave me a Famicom and I plugged in the NES power adapter and it blew it out because the polarity is different on the NES power plug versus the Famicom power plug. The interpolation or whatever. I didn't know that. But if you use the third-party Hyperkin cable, that works fine. Basically, if you use a Famicom in the United States, you have to use a Genesis Model 1 power cord. Because apparently the Genesis power cord has that polarity and interpolation or whatever the hell. I don't even know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying.
So, yeah, you do. Of course you do. You have to know. Or else I wouldn't be talking to you right now. Jeez. But yes, I blew it out and I said, you know what? They make boards that replace this board that I blew out with the AV mod already done. So I have that board. However, the post office has had this package for like 4 days because I'm paying over $200 a year for a fucking P.O. box. I'm sorry I'm cursing on here. For them to take my mail, bring it to this post office where it's supposed to be delivered in my P.O. box. They literally bring it here. Then they give it to the other post office in the next town over. And they hold on to it for a couple days. This thing said it was delivered on Friday. Okay, delivered. But it's delivered to an agent that works at that post office in the other town. So we're on day 5 now. Tomorrow will be day 5 that they have my package when it already went here where it needed to be delivered. So after all these years of having the P.O. box, I might get rid of that thing. I'm paying all this money for what? I can't even get my stuff on time.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
When I order stuff to the house from the post office, it comes that day. The day that it's out for delivery, it comes here. No problem.
Yeah.
When I have it delivered over here, it goes there. Then they go, oh, give it to this guy. Have him run around with it.
I'll leave it to the post.
And eBay thinks it's been delivered to me 4 days ago.
Yeah.
So.
Nah, that's bull crap.
It is BS. It sucks. And I got to wait. But I would have had that done. I would have done that tonight when I went in. I would have just, you got to desolder the old board. Takes a couple of minutes. Solder in the new one. You have AV and you have a working Famicom. All right. So we have the poll. We have 10 votes. 80% say they're excited about Xbox. 20% say they're not. Well, after that 20%, how about you go fuck yourself? How about that? Just saying.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing.
Did you record your playthrough of RA9? Mental, says the MILF man. 32X is stepping stone to the path of Sega's eventual death. 32X and Sega CD. Luckily, I have both in my basement, and they're both worth a lot of money because they're boxed. So I will be looking to unload those.
Yeah.
Very soon. You know what's good about getting Knuckles Chaotix in is I was able to rip it to the Polymega now.
Oh, that's good.
So I brought it home and I ripped it on both machines. The second Polymega I have doesn't have all my cartridge games on it. So I got to go back downstairs one day and rip all that stuff again. I thought I had that done. I guess I didn't. Just the CDs are done, but not the cartridges. And they're making another Polymega, by the way, with a disk drive that actually comes out and a faster processor for the N64 games.
That's pretty awesome.
That is awesome. It's cool that they're keeping up with that. But I have a Mister, and the Mister is fantastic. And the M64 on Thursday, FedEx is delivering my M64 controller. There will be an unboxing for members only on my other channel, Game Complainers. And then I believe on Saturday or maybe Monday, I will release that into the wild for everyone. So members only are getting content first. And that's the way it is right now. They're getting the unboxing stuff first, not everything. Obviously, I stream for everybody, but it is what it is.
That should be good. Because the controller seems more interesting than the system at this point.
The controller I heard is really good, but the D-pad looks kind of wonky, so I gotta mess with it myself. This controller is $90, just so you know, and after shipping it's $100. So it's expensive for a freaking controller for an N64, but we're gonna check it out. I don't think anything can beat this bad boy right here. I don't even have it here. What am I talking about? The 8-bit controller?
Yeah, that's like the best controller for that.
I don't know. It's behind me somewhere. I don't know.
I love that thing.
I don't think anything could beat that controller for the N64. I mean, the Tribute, this one right here came pretty close. I mean, this was the controller until the 8-bit controller came out. And this is still a good one. So,
yeah.
But what I don't like about this controller is the battery. I had one controller where the battery just died and you couldn't use it unless it was wired. Not cool. So, anyway. All right, we've been going off on a tangent that has nothing to do with Xbox. I want to thank you all for watching. We Are Xbox, episode 7. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Newf. I saw Newf in the chat earlier. He was going to come on here, but he also had stuff he had to do, so no sweat. And again, once again, shout out to Tim for coming on here. Again, he took time out of his night, and I appreciate that. And I'm glad that he got on here and was able to talk to you guys about that. And I am sure he's going to appreciate the fact that the chat appreciated him taking time out of his day. So I don't even know what I'm saying anymore because I'm tired. So let's do this. Dreeben, I'll see you. Take care, everyone. Take care. And I don't know if we'll be here next week, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see if any news breaks. That disc to digital thing is supposed to be this month, so let's see. Let's see what happens. Maybe we'll talk about the maybe we'll come back and talk about the Modern Warfare beta when that happens. I don't know. But until next time, we are Xbox and we're out of here.